Hey everyone, welcome to an out of theater reaction to the Odyssey. And my question was it an Odyssey to see this thing? So if you can hear my voice is a little bit off, it's because I have fighting a bad cold, even though I did try to work out this morning, but try to shake it off. But I made it to the movie theater, so and I survived. But man, it was an Odyssey to see this. And all the thing I have to say is, as much as I love loud concerts, I've been to ACDC, pretty near the front. Deep Purple, incredibly loud, Yngwie Malmsteen, um, a lot of heavy metal, The Who, loud bands, but man, my ears are killing me right now.
Dolby, I mean, you can't.
In Dublin? She means Dolby, all right? She means Dolby.
So I usually go to the Dolby Cinema in Portchester. Hey, Steve, he said, I'm on the edge of my edge. Great to see you, buddy. And thank you to Dude Bro for hanging out on Rumble. Always appreciate you being there. And if I turn the screen off and cough a lot, that's because I got to hit that damn cough button right now. Excuse me. But yeah, so I'm an expert on the Odyssey because I read the Cliff Notes last night again. I found my high school Cliff Notes. Anyway, I have read it before, but yeah, and I got Homer's Odyssey here. I got multiple versions, and yeah, and all the Greek classics on the Cliff Notes. But no, seriously, I mean this epic poem. It wasn't originally written as literature. It was an epic poem that was told by storytellers and passed on through the generations. And they believe, I think, in the year, was it 600 BC? My memory is I'm trying to remember what I read, but it wasn't until many centuries later that it was actually transcribed. So some scholars thought maybe that Homer had written it down, but they would actually have bards, to use that parlance, would yeah, there is even a comic book version. Hey Joe, great to see you, buddy. And they would travel and perform this and do these epic poems. And so there's also kind of, scholars, was Homer one person, was two. The Iliad and the Odyssey have different syntax and a tone. And I'm by no near, I'm nowhere near a scholar, even though I did read the Cliff Notes. There's a debate, and it's an epic poem that survived from thousands of years ago, which is just incredible. So and it's a basis for a lot of our Western civilization literature. People consider it the first romance story, the epic Odyssey. We use the word Odyssey. It's a word that survives to this day. So let's see. Hail to the chat. Do you know that Burke and Revenge of the Nerds, Let's Get Those Nerds, was J.D. Salinger's son and 1990s Captain America? Well, let's ask him. Let's see. And I think he did just pass away, but here we go. Cover your ears. This one is loud.
Get those nerds! 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 What?
I didn't think that was him. Oh, Burke. Oh, Burke and Revenge of the Nerds. Yeah. I don't think that looks like him, but what do I know? But and we got Steve Mitchum in the chat, so I was negligent in not playing this. I thought one of the guys that played Captain America passed. I better not say that, but I thought one of the guys strike that from the don't clip that. But I thought one of those guys had passed away recently, but I don't want to say anything yet. Just Google. But I think no, the guy on Revenge of the Nerds that says that line passed away. Phantom, you're in trouble now. I believe he just passed away. But I didn't think that was J.D. Salinger's son, Matt. But someone will check in the chat. But anyway, let's get back to the Odyssey. But thank you, Phantom. Yep, I'm not sure what happened, but again, my ears are still killing me.
I mean, you can't.
In Dublin? She means Dolby, all right? She means Dolby.
I mean, they had these drums going. They're really not much of a soundtrack that I can remember to speak of. I mean, as much as I didn't like the Man of Steel, I love that soundtrack. And man, they just had these massive drums playing. And the other problem was I missed a lot of the dialogue. I'm paying attention. I got my phone away. I know I'm going to try to review this. And hey, I paid my $20 to see this movie. And I'm in the Dolby Digital, which is usually fantastic for the sound. And I'm missing a lot of the dialogue, which really pissed me off. And I've heard that problem with some of Nolan's films, with Tenet. I mean, the mix was terrible in this theater. I mean, when you're struggling, and I have good hearing because I always wear ear protection and protect my ears, despite all the concerts I've been to, and yeah, it was just painful, really painful. Um, so yeah, and part of it may because I have a headache because of being sick, so I give the benefit of the doubt. But I mean, yeah, Donald Gibb died age 71. That's the guy in that clip, isn't it, Steve? Um, yeah, fan says Odyssey joke. His brother stepped on his head in a pool and said, "Peas porridge hot." Emo goes, "You almost killed me, brother. It's called poetry." Iliad by the Homer. Well, yeah, day. Okay. Um, yeah. IMDb, Matt Salinger's Burke, and Burke says the quote. Oh, all right. Well, all right. Well, I'll check later, but I believe you, Phantom. I thought that was Donald Gibb who did that quote, but I've only seen that movie a million times. But I hope everyone's alive and they don't go to Hades. But anyway, this the sound was that worked against it too. Now the casting controversy, I didn't think any of that mattered. I think that was much ado about nothing. Nothing. Um, uh, uh, Paige has a very minor role in the film. And then she's playing a very young character in the movie. So someone that's going off to war. Matt Salinger is still alive. Thank you. Hey, Roy Knapp, how's it going? Welcome to the show. Yeah, so the casting controversy and the casting of Helen of Troy. Helen, and spoilers for a 3,000 plus year old epic poem story. She's barely in it. She's hardly in it. Paige has maybe 3 minutes of screen time total, so it's a pivotal role, but it's minor. Was as bad as I heard. Yeah, see, I really wanted to like this because I do like. I'm not going to go see it again. Like my wife wanted to go see it with some friends, and I'm like, well, I want to review it right when it comes out, and maybe I'll go on Price of Reason later. I don't know if he saw it. Gonna check in with him, but yeah, I don't know if I could sit through it again. I mean, it was there are scenes that are good. I thought the ending it got better towards the end, but it's just so dark and depressing. And which, yes, it is a dark and depressing story. But I grew up watching the Ray Harryhausen stuff and epic adventures, and yes, there's a lightness to them, and but Nolan, man, he loves look what he did with Batman. As much as I love the Dark Knight Returns, the second movie, yeah, I don't really like Batman Begins that much. I think that's a miss, which is probably an unpopular opinion. And the third movie's a disaster. It only got better because she knew he'd be allowed to leave. Oh, we got my great friend here, Paulie.
My very good friend.
My very, very, very good friend.
My very good friend. Paulie, my very good friend. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing awesome. Yep. Although my voice is going and I have a massive headache, but from the drums in that movie theater, my God. Oh,
I mean, but the thing is that I just realized this because we trained this morning. You're sick.
Yeah, I am sick. So I did preface with that.
That's must have been murder for you because you're like
my sinuses.
Nothing's well up here.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was, and I really did want to like this. I do love Nolan's epic vision. I'm a sucker for cinema. In terms of like the IMAX and the that vision and the epic sweeping landscapes. I just love the technology of it is amazing. But it just didn't land for me, although I did like the end. I thought the end it picked up. But I know I was trying to watch your out of theater reaction. I know I started to watch it, but then I had to finish getting ready for the stream. But I know you did like it, right? So you want to give us a couple first reactions?
I really liked it. So I think the day I was having. I mean, I wasn't even supposed to go see it.
Yep. You got lucky.
I did. Romy let me go see it because she ended up being back here at the house. Let me I'm sharing this out. So let me share this
Yeah,
out
yeah,
first.
share that. Yeah, I was just gonna. I didn't get a chance to tweet this out, but that'd be good. Yep. So we get some more people here. Yep.
So I had bought the ticket last week, but I didn't realize what a terrible seat I had.
Where were you? You were said in the first row, or
The seat was in the first row, and I thought I had gotten the seat like just far up, like on the edge. I'm like, oh no, this is front. So by the time the first, like I was in the first 10 minutes started, I like worked my way back 2 rows. It wasn't like
are you able to go move back? Yeah.
there were still seats, like single seats here and there. So
Yeah.
but I was like, but even then, that's not my preferable choice. I would have been like at least 5 rows up and towards the center,
So you were
So
in an IMAX theater, though, right? Yep.
yep. IMAX theater, and yeah, I think I think. Let me see. Let me get back to you. All right, are we back?
Yeah, because I love the tech of this theater. I love what Nolan's trying to accomplish, and this was the first film that was completely filmed in IMAX, so they had to create a special sound box because the IMAX camera is so massive. The film negative is so huge that they had to create sound editing because you can't normally film an IMAX movie with dialogue. You have to do post production. So normally they'll do like the action scenes, like if you're in Dark Knight, they'll film something that's action and then go back to the regular camera. So
I was
love
like
that
this.
aspect.
I was like, I'm not gonna survive if I'm like this.
Your neck was
I'm not. So
way
I was
too
able
close.
Yeah, I was like, and then, but that whole front row the whole place was sold out. But it was like all these young guys, I was like, man, no way.
Hey, we're young at heart.
No.
But yeah, my theater was pretty packed, and today you can check, you can look at the seating charts. So the second row in our theater, the theater I go to, is actually okay because there's a handicap row in front, and so you're still a little bit higher up. But the very first row, no one was in there. But that's the row where you're looking straight up. But
you said it was Dolby.
It was Dolby. Yeah, it was.
I'm wondering if if there's like some QC, some QC problems happening with the different theater setups, because that IMAX sound was incredible, man. I had but I've heard other people like have problems with the dialogue.
I had a lot of problems with dialogue, a lot of problems, which is a shame because I missed some of the, like at the end, I missed a couple of lines, and they probably were good lines. And I'm trying to, Odysseus, a couple of his last lines, I'm in the banquet hall. I couldn't hear, couldn't understand.
Really,
it was happening continuously throughout the movie.
Hey, he's a big plus for me. He's one of the big. I was very surprised how good Matt Damon did. That I didn't see coming at all.
He's very grounded and reserved, but he fits the role as this reserved elderly king.
It's an incredible role. Yeah. Well, it's an incredible story. It's an incredible story. I mean, he's basically, the first hero. I mean, he's like, and you could go through that journey that he went through. So yeah.
But yeah, I thought the casting was. I didn't mind, the controversy of casting. Steve didn't like I don't know if you saw it, Steve, but I mean, all these movies they typically never have. It's not filled with Greek people, and we had. I just watched. Kirk Douglas. It was a 1953, 1957 movie. I just started watching that again.
Well, yeah. Listen, but my critique. So the biggest problem I had with it, right? Because I was like, as much as I loved it, and I can go down, make my list. I had my list when I was walking out of the theater, and it's sitting with me more. I'm liking it. I can't wait to see it again. I did have problems with some of the actors, because what Nolan is trying to do. I'm very used to that. That's just all we used to do in theater. It's just been done for such a long time, is where you reinterpret the classics for the theater audience that you're doing the play for. So I'm like just so used to, you know, someone of a different background playing Hamlet, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So that didn't bother me. The casting never bothered me per se. When I got the casting breakdown, it's who rose to the occasion. And I had I had a few problems, but it wasn't like they were the main characters. If
Well, Leguizamo, I thought his performance was a
Oh,
little weak in some spots. What did you
really,
think?
I felt
Yeah,
totally the opposite. That's funny.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
funny. Um,
Because I just, it's horrible to say, but I picture him in other roles. He's so recognizable to me that, and some
mhm.
of his dialogue, I couldn't understand a lot of his dialogue too. So, um,
Well, listen, I mean, I I don't know to you know, to me, Damon, Charlize, and him were my standouts. And
Charlize was very good. I thought she was
other
excellent. Yeah.
actors weren't, and I don't want to point them out. And but you know, in my opinion, I consider Leguizamo one of the greatest character actors of like the last 40 years. You look at his work.
Yeah.
Forget Leguizamo and all the stuff he says,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I
Well, that's
can,
the, yeah, that, yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah,
especially when I'm sitting down to see a movie, is that he's always bringing something so different to each role. To me, he's like like an Edward James almost, you know, that you can't typecast him, which is great. So I just thought his old man character was wonderful. But I
He's
could
playing
tell.
the blind, for everyone who's watching. He's playing the
Mm.
blind servant or head of the household to Odysseus.
It was deep, man. That
Yeah,
relationship, that friendship was deep. I don't want to give
yeah.
spoilers out,
Well, do my, very minor. Well, I mean,
but
it's everyone should know the
well, you could do
story.
it's your channel. I mean, you can do what you want. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, we'll do my very minor, minor stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so you know, what was so I had problems. I had some, so I could tell, and this is always an actor's thing, is when an actor's not rising to the occasion, you know, working off a Damon, off, you know, is that you can tell, yeah, I don't buy that they don't have a grasp of the language. Even, you know, this is not Homeric, you know, English, but
Yeah,
there are big words in this thing, and you can tell, like Pattinson, he was fantastic.
yeah, he was very good. I think his
Yeah.
facial expressions,
Oh,
he comes
but
across as a total weasel. And we got
yeah.
Maddie's daddy who loved. I think we were the only Maddie, daddy, and me. I think we are the only one that liked the Batman movie. And Pattinson, I just that's that
Mhm.
technique. Like I don't know, maybe some people think it's easy to act, but he just was a weasel from the first second on the screen. Like the way
Mhm.
that he was portrayed, like the look that they had for him. But he's believable as Batman to me or Bruce Wayne. But
Well,
he,
I think with Pattinson is that you really have seen someone who's gone against his own pretty boy image type from the Twilight stuff and has really carved out a reputable career, and it's beautiful to see, you know, uh, The Lighthouse, the Batman, Tenet, you know, and so
yeah,
Nolan likes working with him. And what was it? There was another film he did. Anyways, you see him having a career and he's working against type. Like he's not
yeah,
just playing pretty boy roles. He really is, got characters working. Mhm.
yeah. No, I think
I like the first
he was
hour
a
of the
stand.
Batman. I think that second hour, the ending was just they fell off a cliff, man.
See, I like
Pacing
that
wise.
ending there, getting into the light, and I did like the very end. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
But
So yeah, like you can tell, like trained actors like a Leguizamo, like a Pattinson, Damon, as to people who just you can tell they're just uncomfortable. They're not, you know, they're trying. There's just no believability. And there was a few of those actors in there, and I personally did not like Anne Hathaway's written wise. That was probably like, you know, I loved her scenes with Damon. Those were great scenes.
okay,
but I didn't like her little speech to Tom Holland. I was like, that was kind of lame.
And then Tom Holland's line too about the son of Odysseus. I just thought that line to his mom about what I'll become king, or I'm trying to remember, paraphrasing, but he kind of it seemed totally out of character for him.
Yeah, and again, it didn't ruin it for me because this is not their
No.
movie, right? They're just supportive, but then again, it's Tom Holland's a very important role, which he grew on me. He grew on me. He definitely grew on me during the
and he's
movie.
supposed to, I think, with as a character, because he's a young son of the king. Now, something I was reading too was interesting. They said that this story was a verbal poem, oral tradition that was passed down. And they said,
I meant spoilers, Phantom, on who's acting what roles, because if I give you my opinion on certain characters, maybe it's going to turn you off or whatever. Like, I don't want to do that. I want you to go see the film. That's why I'm not saying spoilers. You can be cheeky, but I'm not talking about the Odyssey story.
Yeah.
Ay, Dios.
I was so I think he's well, I was saying so one of the texts I was reading, history text, was they said that possibly the ancient Greeks used to be a matriarchal society, and one of the points that they put up and mentioned in one of the reviews, or not reviews, but study text, was that you had to marry the queen to become king, because Odysseus' father is alive. He doesn't appear in the movie, but in the poem, he's alive. And they do mention it's the grandfather a couple times.
They did,
so
they did.
The ex-king is, the older king is alive. The son is alive. So one theory was that it was a matriarchal society, so you had to marry the queen to become king. And they kind of addressed that in the movie. But then Anne Hathaway's, character has that kind of horrible line about, how women are put down, or what's it, something I was trying to catch the dialogue, something about not having a beard or whatever, or
you could tell there was a couple of those that was just like, oh, come on,
I'm like, she's been waiting 20 years for a husband, now she's finally complaining about this. So
or Corey Hawkins saying F you, and my dad's coming back. I mean, I'm not a stickler. It didn't take me out, but it's like, I think it's also too, just with the intent, you can tell with Hathaway's character, they're really trying to push, a female empowerment part. And it's like, this is not your story. This is not your story.
And that's not part of the story. And she's the queen, right? So she's the queen.
It's like, that's her ride or die. The situation.
Yeah.
But what, again, it bothered me for a second, but
it doesn't ruin it, but it's just, it's one of those things where you want to throw a little piece of popcorn at the screen.
Right. Out of, was it 3 hours long? There was like maybe a couple of minutes max of, like, a couple of lame ass lines.
Yeah. So all this controversy about and I agree with that. Yeah. And controversy about the casting was a total non-issue for me. Now, I know, like, people were upset that they didn't cast more Greek characters in roles, and Leguizamo, part of it too, I think, is his accent just throws me. Because I'm picturing him in other roles, and I just can't picture him as this wise Greek old man, and it's tough to get past that sometimes for people. And this is just one of the all-time classics. And yes, like, Othello's been switched around, where they've had different characters play. Shakespeare's always been, but the beauty of those things is they can be transferred to other movies, or like Oh Brother, Where Art Thou is a take on the Odyssey, right? Which most people don't know, and I didn't know until recently. So it's something that transcribes across all the ages. I mean, it's a timeless tale. I mean, it's just and there's a reason why it survived so long, right? So, and we got a quote from our buddy down under. It says, "Honestly, it's a very well-made film, but it's anti-epic. The lofty themes, sense of grandeur, and mystery, and larger-than-life characters were intentionally removed. Even the supernatural felt gritty." Well, I'd agree. It all felt very gritty. The Cyclops scene was a very gritty gritty scene. I mean, it's an antithesis of Ray Harryhausen in terms of color and brightness. Not saying one's better than the other. You might like one more than the other, but the Cyclops scene was brutal. That was a freaking brutal scene. I was cringing watching. There was a youngin' couple seats away from me that the parents took to see this, and our seats are bound. We're in this Dobbly Digital Theater. I mean, our seats are bouncing. My ears are getting. I mean, the drums that were going. I mean, it was almost a lot of the scenes like the storm. And I'd like putting it on to 11. I mean, that storm was killing my ears, and I mean, and your seats are vibrating like crazy. I'm like, enough already. I can't take it. But RT and Z, yeah, I do. It was, but that's Nolan's. That is Nolan's style. It's very dark and muted colors. Even when he's with is it Cersei, Charlize Theron, it's kind of an ethereal. You're on the beach there, but everything is very very muted. But wow, what a gorgeous lady she is.
I just think that I found it just a very sweeping story. And going back to that last comment, I got the epic. I got his journey. It was just insane. It was an insane journey, and it was very personal. At the same time, with the scope of everything that he's been through, and then you bring in the supernatural, you bring in the witch, you bring in and then who's he talking to? Ghosts? What's going on? I loved it.
Yeah, so they have now in the poem in the beginning. Athena is petitioning Zeus to say that Odysseus has been been away from home too long, and she's trying to convince Zeus and the other gods to let Odysseus get home. So Athena, I think, appears in this movie several times that you don't know. So it was
but it's not. That's not Athena.
But the gods take form. So in the poem, Athena becomes mentor and talks to Telemachus and is advising him. And at one point, and then points in the poem, and I actually did start to listen to the poem after this afternoon because I had found a download of it, and it's a tough listen, but it was it's interesting, a different way of ingesting it. And I did catch a few of the lines in the beginning that were actually lines from the translation of the Odyssey. And I think that we've got this the casting controversy. All right, so you've got Athena, but she's also in the movie a couple times. Whenever he says you've got the wise eyes of Athena in the text, that's actually Athena shapeshifting and playing various roles. So even though Nolan didn't have quote unquote that many gods in this play, we never see Poseidon, we never see Zeus. If you've read the text or know the poem, those are cues excuse me, that's Athena in those various scenes, which I thought was interesting. And because the way the poem works, it's you don't meet Odysseus to what is it, book 5 or 6, I think, or 7, and then it's all told from the point of view of his son and the gods, and then he employs all the flashbacks, which is why this story is so well written or so well constructed. The original poem. So then Odysseus is telling the tales of what happened. So we do get that, and it was that scene where they all the witch turns them all into animals. I won't say which animal, but hey, Fletcher's here. What's up, Fletcher? And that was kind of. What did you think of that scene, Paul? That was epically creepy. That well done or scary, that scene.
I like the way Nolan was playing with the gods. He wasn't making it so obvious and like it was done before. Which I think was a smart move from him, because that's not his strength, and so he used the elements that they talked about. Poseidon's his cursing, he's pissed, and so you had the whirlpool, all that stuff. I'm not watching a poem. I'm watching Christopher Nolan's Odyssey. So I'm not going to argue the fine points of the poem. and I'm just gonna argue just in regards to what I saw on the screen.
But I'm saying he did pick
Samantha
up
Morton
on
was
those.
Samantha Morton was she's always creepy and awesome.
Yeah. But I'm saying he did pick up on those notes of the poem, which I really liked, because it's fresh in my mind from just those few chapters that I had listened to. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's from the poem, or that's who. And he did have those. That line was intentional in there. You have the bright eyes of Athena, the wise eyes of Athena.
Right. So
So
you're telling me this, right? And not having read the Odyssey in years, I don't remember a lot of it. I would say, oh well, that's a really nice adaptation that Chris did with Nolan did, and how he used Athena. I loved it. I thought that was
yeah,
really, really well done. Really different.
yeah, because the gods, I grew up loving Dungeons and Dragons and mythology and reading all the books I could get, and the gods are continuously, changing their form, and the law of Zeus is very important in this book in terms of,
yeah. I mean, it's basically he's breaking the 10 Commandments. Like that was a very impactful moment when they had that. At the in Troy.
yeah.
Oof.
But that's a new take on. Isn't it a new interpretation of? I'm not saying it's not in the. It's a different way of looking at it, though. No, in terms of you growing up, you always hear the the Trojan horse, like, oh, that's a great idea, but you never think of it as breaking the laws of Zeus or
the aftermath of what
the
you
aftermath
did of what they did,
yeah.
right? And I was like,
Yeah.
whoa.
So I've never thought of it that way.
That
So that was
heavy.
An interesting take. Yeah,
and
that
you
was
see
deep,
that
yeah.
in a lot of The Walking Dead. Was like you keep crossing that line, and then all of a sudden you're the monster.
Yeah.
You look at the wrath that you've laid down, and there's no mercy. There's just nothing. That was wild, man. That was wild.
Yeah,
That really hit me.
Well, that ties into Oppenheimer. I'm the famous line. I'm the destroyer of worlds. The Hindu saying, and I've never looked at the Trojan horse that way. So, Odysseus adds a monologue, and I'm gonna double check my notes after. But they add to it, the after effects of war, the horror of war, and Odysseus, all his men. He knows all his men are going to perish on the journey. The gods tell him that, and he's trying whatever he can to save his men, but he just can't fight. You can't fight the fates, I guess. But the aftermath of what's happening. After the Trojan War, you don't think of it. It's like, oh, rah rah, yeah, we destroyed Troy, right?
Right, and I said this in my out of the theater towards the end. I said I totally get why people are going to hate this. I get it, but I don't know what to tell you, man.
I didn't like it. Like, would I want to go again? No, not right now, especially with my head.
Yeah. I mean, going to a movie sick. Oof.
Yeah. And the popcorn wasn't good. AMC, the popcorn was burnt. When you get that popcorn, and I didn't eat dinner. I'm like, I'm just gonna have popcorn for dinner.
Sounds like I had a lousy time, bro.
And I'm like, and the theater was crowded, and I'm like, and we got the wildfires for Canada. God bless our Canadian brethren, but it was like a smoky haze. So that's not helping my voice either. But yeah.
Well, hey man, I was able to go to the theater because Romy couldn't get to a client's house in the Hollywood Hills because of this main water line that broke in West Hollywood.
Yeah, it's the last thing you need, right? Yeah.
She wasn't even supposed to be back, but she came back. I'm like, oh, I think I can see this movie now.
Yeah.
And yeah, the sacking of that.
Yeah.
And I loved her. Like, this is the end of our civilization. Let's head west and start anew. I mean, I like that. I like that a lot.
That was very Lord of the Rings, I thought, right? When the elves leave to the west, right? They leave this earth, and he says the Bronze Age is over, and it's time to start a new life. So they put Telemachus is in charge as king, installed as king. Anyway, he basically becomes a man, and that's in the Odyssey. He does in the.
I had really good
his
popcorn.
Journey. You had good popcorn?
I had really good popcorn, and I brought my own drink.
Smart. Yeah, they had Mexican street popcorn at our theater. I didn't try it, but
really,
yeah. The AMC was adding Mexican street
with real
popcorn
Mexican
flavor.
in there serving it.
I don't know, but
That's
I don't know how authentic it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, did you see the popcorn bucket? The Trojan horse
did.
bucket?
It was right.
It's
I was in huge.
It was
huge. I was so because I wanted to play it smart, so I got there towards the end of the trailers. But I had to get popcorn. I had to relieve myself. Wanted to get ready, so I just looked at it, but I forgot to take a picture of it. It's like,
I didn't get a picture of it too. And then when I was leaving, I'm like, there was too many people around it. There was only one on the counter, but the thing was massive.
So,
it was $50.
What did you think of the whole Elliot Page thing?
That was a stupid controversy because I gotta be careful, watch my verbiage here, I don't get in trouble. They're playing a very young person, so they're drawing lots to see who's got to go to war. And Page's character, one of the other characters switched.
It's a proxy.
Was proxy switching the lots. So
Page's character, that was Pattinson.
Pattinson's character. Yeah. And so Pattinson starts off as the Weasel. Yeah, so they're trying to get out of he gets out of serving.
What was
what's the character? I'm looking at my
I forgot, but
Emmaus, or I'm trying to remember the name of Pattinson's character. But so, and Page, they have the Trojan horse in the sand in the beach. There's no wheels on it. They should have had some wheels on it, like you usually see in the movies. But it was a really interesting take on the Trojan horse, because typically see it like at the gates with wheels and they just roll it in. This horse is stuck in the sand, and they've got to live in this horse for like 3 days, and they're pissing and pooping and urinating in this horse. And it's and so Paige is basically there to tell the Trojans, hey, this is an offering, a peace offering, and the war is over. And that's the extent of the role.
Maybe 2-3 scenes, but they're very important. And I don't know what to tell you guys. She nailed it, man. I mean, especially when she was
watch your
the Hades
your pronouns.
The Hades, the Page person. I thought that was that, but
that was good acting.
But Page has always been a good actor.
Yeah,
and has worked with Nolan, so it's like, I'm going to give you this important little role, and she knocked it out, man.
Yeah, because you're playing a young. It was supposed to be like an 8-year-old, 10-year-old, 12-year-old going off to war. At that age. So then, you're playing like a very young character, which was, the stature being slight or whatever. But then the scene in the end that they're in, covered in muck and grime. And,
they came out of they came out of Hades, man.
Yeah, out of Hades. Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, so that's so that kind of, so you almost wouldn't even know who that was, maybe, until you hear it, or until they say the character's name. Like, when first the character comes out, I wasn't even sure who it was the first few seconds. Yep. So we do have Professor R2, great friend here, says, this is the worst film I've seen, not even close. I even enjoyed some of it. The scenes with Palamas, Cersei, and the sacking of Troy being standouts, but overall it was a hollow spectacle. Thank you very much, Professor R2, and I'm sure I think he's probably gonna be on with Price in a few minutes, talking about it, because we're not going to go too long tonight, because my wife is yelling at me. She's like, you're not going to, and she's sick now. She's uber sick. She's like,
she got sick now?
Yeah, she's like, and I'm blaming on my lovely daughter who came here, who gave us the call.
Got you sick, and she's, peace, I'm out.
Peace, I'm out. She went back to New York, got me sick. And and my wife was like, "You were crazy to go to this movie tonight." So,
Yeah, I wouldn't have advised it, but you're gonna do what you're gonna do.
but I'm glad I saw it. But I did not buy any popcorn buckets. Oh, did you see the IMAX projector bucket that they had?
I wasn't looking. I saw some
I didn't see
Moana
one
stuff. Again, I was like, I'm
in and
business,
out.
man. I was
Yeah,
not
yeah,
there
yeah,
to like, because again, I got there late
yeah, yeah.
during the trailers on purpose. I'm also doing my going into the theater. How am I feeling?
Yep.
Video. So you guys get a good idea, a sense of where I'm at when I'm walking into the theater. And then I do the out of the theater and I put them together.
Yeah, no, that
So,
was a really well done video. Yeah, let's see. Do I have the link? I think I have the
but
link because I was actually watching it
yeah,
as I was going.
like,
Going here. Here's the link to Paulie's coming and going
I
out.
guess I'm
Very well
predictable.
edited.
I guess I'm predictable now. I love that people comment saying, "Oh, you liked it. You're so predictable." Thank you for the comment. Please subscribe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But and I didn't like it. I mean, and
You don't like
you
it?
joke,
That's fine.
no, and you were saying that to me today. I'm like, well, we're talking earlier,
Mhm.
like
What if you
the
don't like it?
casting to me, and you said, well, Mark, you might not like it. I'm like, and you were right. Yeah,
And I said that I don't know how I feel about this going in. Like I know people
yeah,
that didn't like it at all, and I know people that loved it. And I said somewhere in the middle, there's the truth for me. And that's
right.
you
And
know,
that's what being a critic and reviewing things or talking to friends like, hey,
mm,
Star Trek, I love Star Trek 5. I hated Star Trek, but that's the fun of it too. So I think it did get kind
mm.
of crazy with this the casting stuff. I thought
Oh,
it was over the top.
I had no problem with the casting at all.
I didn't have a problem with it either, but I think it was really blown out of proportion to what we saw. But
I think the media s- kicked it all going and kind of inflamed uh, some of the fandom into reacting. I think they did it on purpose. And to me, it's much ado about nothing. But again, I come from the theater, so I'm kind of used to that. you know,
yeah,
I'm used to seeing non-traditional casting. It's not. I think I even said it in my review. It's refreshing to see American actors and not the same, stodgy, things that you're used to. This British action playing Greek. I'm like, well, if you're gonna go ethnic Greek, then cast ethnic Greek because Greek people are not white people. Italians aren't white. It's like,
yeah.
But anyways, yeah.
Mediterranean, yeah, but
Mhm.
yeah,
A lot
I
of
think
pics going
what I
on.
was hearing about that. I understand people were upset with some of the casting. That's hey, but I didn't think that had a big effect on the movie. Yeah, did I think the casting of Helena Troy was the right casting? No, but she's in the movie like for 2 minutes, maybe. I mean,
I
so
like the business they gave her though. It's pretty impactful. I
yeah,
mean, yeah, she's in it for like a minute.
yeah, yeah,
But Barenthal was actually really good too.
yeah. Bernthal's, and I
Mhm.
don't know what his nationality is, but yeah. Steve said, what do you mean we're not white?
Mm.
Right?
Well, figure it out.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
But and
Uh,
then this is ridiculous too. I got this up.
mm.
Like I'm thinking about this. If I came home, guys, with this big massive IMAX popcorn bucket and put it on the table, what do you think my wife would have done?
Man, that's nuts.
I'm like, who the freak came up with this idea with scenes from the movie? I mean,
Yeah.
on off button. I mean,
But isn't there like that was a camera on the set, right? Like that whole
yeah,
rig?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a rig on the set, but it's like, and I'm a camera nut. Like I have a camera. My dad passed down his camera collection. Man.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, are you a camera nut?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I
So
have some vintage cameras, some Canons, man.
nice, nice.
My
Yeah,
dad's
yeah.
stuff, but you know what? I gotta send it to you.
I'll check it out. Thanks. Yeah. So yeah, I have my OMD 3, 4. I've got some medium format. My dad, worked on the space program and he came over to America working for Bolex, the movie camera company. But so yeah, he was a camera, always steeped in cameras. And the great thing is I pass them down to my daughter now, and she's so excited she's going on a trip. she's taking some of the medium format cameras with her, which is a beautiful format.
Well, the camera Phantom that's the camera that Nolan used. Like, it's on the set. You see a photo of like a behind the scenes, and he's literally like through the lens through that camera, like that design.
Yeah, and they had to case it. So, but I'm like, do I need a camera?
You don't
like
need anything, but it's pretty cool to get.
It is cool, but the thing is,
that's pretty
like,
cool
if you see it in person, it's huge. But I guess it's sold out. Sold out on
oh, is it really?
eBay? It's sold out online, and on eBay saw them for tons of money. Yep. Well, Steve is Thor. So so he's and Steve is descended from some kings, right? Yep.
It was really cool to see. There's a couple actors who I had interviewed last couple of years, and they were in the movie. And that was really wild to see that. Jesse Garcia, who was the lead in Flaming Hot, he was one of his warriors. That was pretty funny to see him when they were eating at the witch's table. Oh,
yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
And then Jimmy Gonzalez, who is in a great movie called what is it? With Dennis Quaid. He did a really good movie with Dennis Quaid. Anyways, they were both, in the boat. One of the warriors, like, throughout the film under Damon. All those guys.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't even think they had a line, man, but they're just in it a lot. I wish they would have given those boys a couple of lines, but Hemish, I had a problem with. Hemish Patel, I had a big problem with him.
And what
it has nothing to do with him being Indian or how he looks. It is this actor owning the dialogue, owning his character, and at no time did I believe him.
Okay. And what character did he play?
He's Matt Damon's right-hand man.
The right-hand guy. Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't. Okay. Yeah.
And he's gonna be, I believe he's gonna be in the lead in the X-Files. So
interesting. Okay. Yeah.
Hollywood really loves this guy. I just did not see any special cinematic charm to this guy. That's just me.
Yeah.
And that's what I was telling you, is that there's, in my opinion, so there was a few actors in the movie that just didn't have it. I mean, even with the Travis Scott thing, okay, I didn't mind it, but it was just, the guy wasn't even looking. Dude, where are you looking at? Why are you looking at the ground?
yeah, that was weird. And that's when the drums were killing me. And hail to Tiger Stripes, and great to have you here. And Salty Traveling Sea. The horse would be better whipped cream dispenser. This horse is freaking huge.
Oh my God, that's fun. It is. It's pretty big.
It was big. It's
huge. That's pretty.
So it was for $50. I got to say, but then I looked at it. I'm like, I can 3D print this anywhere. It's an easy 3D print, and wow, it was like this. I looked at the girl on the counter. I'm like, wow, that horse is huge. But they only had one out on the counter. So I don't know if people, went in and sniped all these. Like the Wolverine, Deadpool popcorn bucket was sold out. I was at the first showing. I was so mad. I'm like, what do you mean it's sold out? I'm like, this is the first showing. Like, well, people came in yesterday and they all sold out yesterday. I'm like, did you save any for the people that are going to the movie opening night? The first showing.
I'm looking at this cast, and the British actor Cosmo Jarvis. He had a great little role where he pretended he was the priest towards the end. I don't remember.
Okay.
Great cat. I mean, this is Bill Irwin. Yeah. I mean, there's just some actors that I thought Mia Goth was totally underused. Maybe they cut some of her stuff out. But yeah.
The other thing that they got to do, they got to invent a transporter, or maybe not have everyone going on shore at once. So there's some of these landing parties, man, because they're going to all these different islands, and it doesn't turn. If you know the mythology, obviously, it's not turning around, turning out so well for them. Like, there's a land of giants that they encounter. That was a really good scene. So the action set pieces were really well done, of course. And
and this is where you can't veer away from the myth here, right? you know, because it's like, wait a minute, these guys this stupid?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is an old tale told, or you know, over the campfire, and then you know, back in the day, and then who was the first Greek that stood out and recited lines of poetry? It was Thespius. That's where you get the word thespian.
Yep.
So you know, you tell these big sweeping stories over the campfire, but then you know, sometimes when you put it on film, it's like, wait, this is kind of a stupid movie. You're supposed to be a general.
Yeah.
But you know, that's where I was like, ah, this is, you know, this is an old tale. You know, you can't.
Yeah, like when the undead or the dead are chasing everyone, I'm like, the Odysseus crew only had like, you know, 10 steps, and it's like, how did they get onto the boat and get away? It's like, you know, two of the boats got captured, but
It's
it's
like
like
you
no
gotta
one would
like.
have, like, she should have get, you know, that's just a nitpick, but like
It's a
they
nitpick
should have.
because because it was like, ah, I'm sure in the poem would be, and then they leapt back into the boat.
Yeah, right. And then
That's what I'm saying. It's like, you
yeah,
know.
and the oral tradition, yeah. So you know,
Mhm.
I'm the scout. I'm a scout, so yeah, you tell tales around a campfire,
You have a
and some,
chorus. The person that steps out of the chorus
yeah,
is your oh god,
like your narrator, you'd say,
the
or
narrator. But
yeah,
there's another term for
another
it.
term, right? Yeah,
You know,
I'm forgetting the term. Yep.
you know, but that's what's so amazing about myths, and in this case, the Greek myths, is that we get to reinterpret them uh, with every generation. That's what keeps them alive.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
and you know, you're always going to have your purists. Cool. Then you know, I don't know what to tell you.
yeah, yeah.
And people are always going to, well, you know, you should adapt it this way, or you should be adapted that way. It's like, this is how
It's
he's
up
doing
to
it.
the directors. Yeah, it's
This is
your
his
personal
vision. He's
interpretation. Yeah,
not,
your
you
vision.
know, and you can go ping pong back and forth, but it's at the end of the day, it's like, well, did you like it or not? It's like, you didn't like it.
I
I
didn't
like
like
it.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, you know, move on.
Don't listen to us. Go decide for yourself. But
I will say, if you're a man,
enjoy.
if you're a
But I was
fan
gonna
of Matt
say,
Damon, go see it. He's worth it. To me, he's worth the matinee price.
yeah, and you know, and I do appreciate people that, you know, hold our opinion and with some value, right? Too. So I don't want to discount that either. But always, you know, always say, yeah, make up your own mind. And I thought I would really gonna like this a lot more than I did. I mean, it's
I'm curious if you when you feel better.
if I see it again,
I'm very curious
yeah,
because I'm gonna go see it again just because I had such a terrible seat, and I was like, wow, I had a terrible seat and I loved it. I want a really great center seat, and I want to see, you know, it's my second time, and I'm gonna get to really get into a lot of the nuances. Um, will you know, will it hold up? I thought that uh, Tom was great. I was
no,
very,
Tom was good. Yeah,
you know, I mean,
he's
there's
supposed
a
to play a younger kid, you know, young adult, and he fit that
yeah,
billing. I think he's always in his 30s. He fit that billing pretty well.
it's
I
a tough
thought.
cat. It's a tough thing to cast, right? And I think
Yeah,
that
yeah.
because at first you were like, wait a minute, Anne Hathaway's supposed to be his mama or what?
Well, she's looking a little old now, I
She
think.
did towards the end of the movie.
Yeah, and they aged
Like
her up a little bit
they
too. I
made
thought,
it
yeah,
a little flattering. I was like, good.
because it's 20 years, right? So
20
it's
years, man.
yeah.
Yeah, look at there's
There's the camera. There's the IMAX camera.
Phantom.
Yeah,
There it is. That's what I was talking
yeah,
about, man.
yeah. Because the film, the negative is so massive, and
Mm,
typically the camera is so loud that you can't use it without an enclosure. So they designed this special enclosure. So it's the first film that's 100% shot in the IMAX format. But there's only like 30 IMAX theaters in the world.
real IMAX theaters, yeah.
Real IMAX. Yeah, we had one of them in the Maritime Center in Norwalk that I used to go to, um, and they tore it down a couple. They had to fix the bridge
Mhm.
going to New York City, and they tore it down and put in like a 4D theater, but it was only you know, so they show like, you know, aquarium movies, but like I saw Star Wars there, I saw some Nolan films, I saw Rogue One there. So you'd go there for for movies, and oh man,
Mhm.
it's just so amazing. So if you're in New York City area, like the NYC AMC Square in New York,
Mhm.
Lincoln Square that's considered one of the best movie theaters in the world. That's a true IMAX. So you can just Google, go to IMAX.com and you can see where, the actual IMAX theaters. I think there's 9 in Canada or 5 in Canada. Just go to IMAX.com and then you can find out there. But I was
Yeah.
hoping that I'd get to see it. Oh, and we got a super chat here. Thank you so much,
Mm.
our TNZ. He says, Nolan's Odyssey, Euripides rather than, how do I say that?
Uh,
Achilles? Achilles. Is that supposed to be
Achilles.
Achilles? Achilles. Yeah, the spelling
No,
of Achilles.
Aeschylus.
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 Okay. Aeschylus.
Aeschylus.
Thank you. Thank God I had you on the
Sometimes
show
it's like
today.
really. Thank God you got a real Greek here.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not blonde hair or whatever Maddie's dad was saying.
Well, I'm very Mediterranean. Oh,
Get some water. Don't worry about it. Take a breather.
sorry. Yep. Sorry
I'm
about that.
gonna.
Well, thank you so much, RT and Z. And let's play a clip for RT and Z. How about something super?
Hey, Jim! Whoa!
Excuse me.
That's a bad outfit!
Woo! Thank you, RT and Z. Much appreciated. Yeah. So, and Superman, this is the birth of, Western literature with this tale here. So it's got all those archetypes that have been just, this story has been transposed over and over and influenced so many things. It's an amazing tale, and that's why it has survived. Because think of all the stories that were lost too, to time. Especially with when you had oral traditions, and you would just stories were lost. They said a lot of Great Britain's stories were lost. That was one reason Tolkien created Lord of the Rings. So,
I
make up
mean,
that lost British mythology.
That's going back to sacking, entire civilizations or towns or countries, whatever it is. You burn it all down. You're gonna burn their libraries, their books. It's like, no, here's the god. Here's who you got to be paying tribute now to. They did a lot of that with Mesoamerican civilizations, which is why I don't know why she has the dogs inside. I'll be right back.
All right, yeah. But the dog, well, that's when Paulie gets back. But the dog very pivotal role in this movie, and a really touching scene. So towards the end, there's some stuff that is really really touching and heart wrenching, and of course you're rooting, for Odysseus, who's been gone for 20 years, and you've got all the suitors to Penelope, and they're trying to take your hand, and you'll marry me, and I'm going to become king. And he tells them all to that's that great scene in the end where that it's going to be they're going to get their comeuppance. So and there's a scene where his dog is waiting for him, and basically the dog is staying alive until they can see Odysseus. And there's a couple of tells that Odysseus has. I won't say what they are, but then a couple of people figure them out, and his son knows once there's that scene with the dog, and I thought that was really really touching and really well done. Charlize Theron was very good in this, but yeah, Paulie, did you like the scene with the dog? I thought that was extremely touching, and that was a nice tell in the end. I thought
beautiful.
That poor dog that was on the dung heap.
He was waiting for his master to come home. I mean,
staying alive to see his master, right?
And then Johnny Legs, doing his thing at his house, I was emotional too. Yeah, some good stuff.
Yeah, realizing the lost king returns. That's one of the great scenes. It's been done so many times, but the king coming back as a pauper, and no one realizing who it is.
For me, it was very emotionally satisfying. the ending.
Yeah, those were the high points of the movie for me. With the scene with the dog. I'm forgetting the dog's name, and the dog's only in it, like 1 minute. The dog is not like
Mhm.
Crypto, in a big role, but it's a very poignant role in the movie. Samantha Morton, yeah, she plays probably one of the creepier characters uh, as one of the witches in this.
Mhm.
So there is supernatural in this, yeah. So I was reading, there's no gods in this, and but there is a lot of supernatural. It's just not
It's
over,
Nolan style.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's not like overt in your face, but it's
Mhm.
there, right? And the
That's
gods
it.
are always a constant source of discussion in the movie. So it's
Defying them, breaking the Zeus's law, and
yeah,
all that stuff.
yeah. So that's all.
And yeah,
That's all.
there's a whole thing with the face that launched 1,000 ships. I mean, there's a they reference this. It was a pretty. I was
Yeah,
like, whoa.
yep. And
Yeah.
then there's another line that follows. I won't say to spoil it because
Mhm.
that's. But yes, and Barenthal was good. But again, I have to get back to. I missed a lot of the dialogue. Like I
No, I
missed.
didn't miss any of the dialogue.
You didn't
So
miss it. Yeah, yeah,
you need to go see it in IMAX when you're feeling better.
yeah, yeah. Or maybe it was because I saw it in the Dolby Digital. Maybe it was a mix in the Dolby Digital. Because usually that Dolby is like
Yeah.
world class sound. I mean, it's just never had that problem before. And I wasn't with any other friends. I wasn't gonna ask the guy next to me like, "Hey, you having trouble understanding this?" Like one person was like, "Oh, I stayed strong. I couldn't wait for this movie to end." Like just overhearing people.
That's too bad.
And then some other people liked it. Um,
But you don't want to hear like, you didn't like it or you stayed stuck in because you couldn't hear it properly. That's terrible.
yeah,
You should ask for your
that's
money back.
yeah. And the person next to me, the recliner wasn't working, so they got a free ticket. But then they were able to move over.
Mhm.
The whole family moved over once, so they were able to get.
And honestly, too, Zendaya is barely in it, but very important little scenes.
Yeah, so these
Mhm.
roles that are people are talking about they're yeah, Zendaya's barely. I know what the hell she's wearing there, but man,
But she
she's
had a great
barely
moment. Well, she's modeling the Eiffel Tower there.
Eiffel Tower. That's right. Well, I'm going to Paris. I'm going to Paris. Wait, where can I buy that hat, guys? I gotta go buy that. Yeah, yeah. Maybe I'll go wear that. And maybe how much for me to recreate that photo?
Excuse
I'm
me.
gonna go.
But she had a great little moment at the end. I was like, whoa. That
Yeah,
stuck. I was like, dang.
yeah. And Charlize Theron. I mean, she looks so good in the movie.
Mm.
Now she's some of these pictures. She looks. Wow, I know she's doing a new role where she had to drop weight, but God bless her. But yeah,
She's always
up and down, I guess. Yeah,
just
but
no, she's just skinny, man.
skinny, I guess. Yeah, but she
I mean, on camera on a big screen, you look bigger.
adds weight usually, right?
It adds weight. So
Yeah. Yeah, this new camera I got, you can put there's a skinny mode that you can turn on. Makes
oh
you
god.
it cheats, yeah, makes you skinny. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
And Fletcher, yeah, I saw it on an IMAX, so it wasn't a cheap, I know where you're saying, but it was like
Mhm.
you had a choice between in the theater I always go to, it's either IMAX or Dolby. And I usually go with the Dolby because they got the recliners. The IMAX just has the rockers, and the sound and the picture is pretty much the same. So, but all right. Well, I think people got our opinions here, and you'll be on talking on Midnight's Edge in the morning, or what's
I doubt it.
okay. I'm just throwing it out there but everyone. It was awesome having Paulie here to give his opinion. He did really like it. I did not like it.
Oh,
Maybe I'll go see it again.
yeah, let's
But
talk
let me
about my
put.
book though.
Yeah, let's talk. I'm getting the link up here. So
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
More
let's.
excited. I'm more excited.
Yeah, yeah,
But no, yeah. I mean, listen, guys. If you don't want to see it, then don't see it. There's other movies out there. Obviously, there. You know what? There's another really good heroic movie called Young Washington that I really
yeah.
enjoyed. Put your money there. Go check that one out. Very entertaining. If you don't want to see the Odyssey this weekend, I don't know. I can't remember what else is out that I haven't seen a lot of the new movies. Oh no, we need to get you the.
Yeah, I'm getting the book too. Yeah, I'm getting the book.
Oh,
now,
do you
too,
want me to get it for
yeah.
you?
Well, if you
You
want to
got-
throw it in, if you have it faster than me, yeah, I'm putting your website.
Yeah, I got it
in.
right here.
I'm
I got
putting
it.
yeah, throw it in. You're in mod.
Give
Yep.
me a second. Do.
And I got that.
Copy, and I can put it in the chat. Yeah, we came out with a brand new ebook, and it is a film guide. 20 movies we covered. Our writers on the latinoslant.com, 2023 to 2024, 20 films. Some of them you heard of. The presentation is all in English, so go ahead and take a look at it. The writers include Sin's Corner, Rosa Parra, Anthony A. Perez, Alfredo Galindo, and we it's called the Latino Film Travel Guide. That's why there's a passport there. We
There you
put it
go,
in
yep.
the context of a travel guide. Like you're gonna go see this movie in Argentina called When Evil Lurks. Here's their itinerary. You know,
Yeah.
it's a horror film. It's possession. We do that for the 20 films, so it's a fun read. Again, very very well documented. We give you a lot of tasty information for each film. The reason why we're doing this is because no one else is that I saw in the Latino film circles, and it kind of blew my mind away. I'm like, people are just like missing all these great little films, as well as maybe some of the bigger ones. And so this is just volume 1. We're gonna keep putting out
Keep going,
more
right? Yep.
volumes. So please check it out, and be wonderful if you. It's worth the $5.99.
Yep. Well, I can buy it for free. Now, my tip is for everyone who uses Amazon. When you buy something, if you do buy it from Amazon, do that delayed shipping, and you get those digital credits, and then boom.
Do you have a Kindle Limited?
I'm buying it. I'm going to buy it right now, but let me turn my screen off so it just doesn't show.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's but I have a Kindle, so I just bought it. Cha-ching. Yeah, it did show my name, so I did. Yeah, read now. Continue shopping in the Kindle store. Yep.
Dope.
So boom, I just bought it. Yep.
So it's selling, which is really great. And if you do buy it, thank you so much. This is our first, nonfiction book and a resource guide, kind of just what we cover. And if you would thumb through the pages, it's like watch time hours. Like watch the whole video, thumb through the pages, and leave a review.
Yes,
the
please leave
goal
a
for this
review.
first month is we want to get like 10 to 15 reviews this first month.
Yep.
So
I will make sure I leave a review. Yep.
Yeah, we put a lot of love and care into this, and I know you're gonna enjoy it.
Well, thank you so much, Paulie. It was great, great having you. I really appreciate hanging out with me tonight. It's always good to have someone to bounce stuff off of. So appreciate you being here. Yep. And I want to do a Rumble raid. How do I do? Let's see. You can do a Rumble. How do you use Rumble raid feature? Copy the URL of the stream you want to Rumble. Oh, you do /raid, I guess.
Who's?
Let's do price. Yeah, let's do price. He's probably gonna head over there for a couple minutes. I can't stay up too late tonight, but let's let me try that. Let's see. Does this work on the? I think I have to be in Rumble, which I had open. Let's see here. Let's see, Rumble raid. How do I do this feature here?
Like you're asking me.
I think I'm asking you. I'm asking them. Yeah.
I'm like, duh.
Fletcher probably knows. Yeah. Let me go to.
Yeah, Fletcher knows everything, man.
Let me go to my channel. Yeah. Let's see. Where is it? Sorry about Rumble Studio. All right. Well, I'll figure it out. I don't want to keep everyone here, but thank you so much, RRT and Z, for the super chat. Much appreciated. And here it is on. Here, if I go here, yeah. Let's see. Then I can do Rumble. I think I can do Rumble raid here. Let's see. Does this work? Boom. I don't know if that works. Yep. Darren's usually there. Yep. Okay. Please review. Okay. It came up. Yep. Boom. All right. Yep. We can do that. There we go. Okay. So thank you to Paulie. Thank you everyone in the chat. Thank you, Fletcher, Maddie's Daddy, Phantom, Salty Traveling Sea, RT and Z again. Let's see who else was here with us. Phantom. Let's see, who am I missing? I'm probably gonna miss someone. And Joe's Atmosphere was here. When you miss someone, then you're in big trouble. But thanks everyone for being here. Check Paulie's book out. Please buy that and go see the Odyssey and let us know what you think. All right. Catch you guys later. Have fun storming the castle.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night. Yep.
Fun storming the castle.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.